Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be fixing up some paint spots on the car. For instance, I'm going to be working on the rear wheel wells. They have just a ton of chips, faded, you name it, just looks like crap in general. Most people can't see it, but I can, so that's what matters. But yeah, so going to be working and on the rear wheel wells. Both of them look like that. And then up front here, as you can see, the front lip is just ugly. It's just ugly. So it's not bad on the other side. But yeah, just needs to be corrected. So I'm going to be working on that today. Basically, my setup for what I'm going to be using is I have my different levels of grit that I'm going to be using. I will be wet sanding it. And then paint wise, so I have the factory code paint match from Touch Up Direct. I have used them on my WRX. I've used them on basically all my vehicles. They truly are phenomenal, and it is, honestly, they match perfectly. I actually have a WRX video that I uploaded maybe about 6 months ago that I fixed up the paint on there, and it honestly, you couldn't tell the difference. So, but I have my primer, obviously the paint itself, and the clear coat, and then Touch Up Direct gives you, a little kit in general to help out with the whole process. They even throw in some paint tape, so that's nice. So, but yeah, obviously got the car jacked up already. Just so you know, it is not just on the jack. There are stands underneath there, so don't worry. I don't need to be. Everybody likes to attack everybody for jacking up the car wrong. This car is a pain in the ass to jack up, so I will say that. But when it comes to the rear, jack it up on the rear differential subframe. Not the rear differential, the subframe, slightly, maybe about a foot in front of the differential. But yeah, it makes life a little bit easier. So let me get to it. Let me pull these wheels off, and we will go from there. Alright, so obviously you know that if I'm going to take the tires off, I need to just get in here and clean everything up. So I'm just spraying everything down with my degreaser and focus, maybe not, and just kind of rinsing everything before I start the painting process. Obviously you want to clean the hell out of the area that you're going to be painting as well too. So I'm actually using soapy water, like dish soap, which will actually strip any of the chemicals that I have on there to try to help with the paint. And then also degreaser as well too. So cleaning up both sides, the front lip, and then we can get to the taping process. Alright guys, so you can see I have everything taped off. You want to tape off everything first before sanding. Wow, that just looks so bad. I'm going to try my best here. But you want to tape it off so that you don't sand outside of where you're trying to spray. Alright, so everything's all cleaned up and taped off. I'm going to start on the fenders, at least, on the rear fenders. I'm going to start with the 800 grit that I have and just kind of see how that works. If it is not kind of clearing or making it smooth, then I'll go to the 600. But I know that for a fact I'll definitely need the 600 for the front lip. Alright guys, so I switched to the 600, and just in a few seconds of using it, there's a big difference. So 600 to start here. I think on the outsides the 800 is fine, but really kind of here where it's real rough, I'm going to stick with the 600. So. Sorry guys, I have to do a voiceover. My GoPro is just not cooperating with me right now. Obviously what I'm doing is, so I've already sanded everything down. Now I'm re-cleaning the surface with my degreaser, soapy water, whatever it is that you choose. And then lastly, what you want to do before you spray is wipe it all down with isopropyl alcohol. That's really going to help the paint stick and adhere properly to the body. So once you do that, you're good to spray. Alright guys, so this is where the non-experts start to freak out as the car is now turning a different color. So we have our primer on there. So it is gray now, which obviously scares the shit out of everyone, or at least me. So hopefully, you know, I mean, it is paint matched, right? So it should come out correct. I'm just, you know, losing my mind. So, but yeah. So everything looks good. It's on there nice and thick. I did 3 coats of it. And we got the whole front lip here. So yeah, we're gonna let this dry for about 10-15 minutes, and then we will start on the color. So stay tuned, and hopefully it all looks the same. Alright guys, so second coat. I'm about to put on the second coat of red. I apologize if I don't catch any of this, because I'm not going to pay attention to the camera, because I don't want to screw up, obviously. So gonna let this dry. Obviously I'm gonna do the other one. Here, I'll take you actually with me when I do the front lip. Might be a little bit easier. So again, I'm really not gonna pay attention to the camera because I don't want to screw this up. But sweet. Alright guys, so you can see that is the second coat. This was the really rough area that was all pretty chipped and banged up and such. Looks so much better. So, and then see if I get some light on here for you guys. And it literally just does not want to, at least in the camera, it does not look like it wants to show you this one, which I would like to show you because it's night and day difference. But here is this rim. And no, this one can't either. Just, it's got to be the angle with the light behind it. So just struggling in general today. But yeah, you can, I think you get a pretty good idea on the other one. So, but I'm gonna do one more coat, I believe, and then we can apply the clear coat. All right, so I just finished up the 3 coats of clear coat and carefully pulled off all the tape. Before I show you, I just want you to know. So, I mean, this is what they give you. I'm probably gonna end up using my Meguiar's Ultimate Compound, but I'm gonna let the car sit, let paint sit for 2, maybe 3 days. Make sure it's fully adhered. Then I'm gonna use that compound to really kind of blend it all in with the rest of the body. As you can see, so you can see there is a line that shows a difference from the paint. Honestly, a lot of it is just for me to kind of buff in with the compound. So I am not worried about that at all. It is a perfect paint match, which is great. I mean, honestly, it looks so much better than it did with obviously all the scuff marks and such. And like I said, I will show you the finished product. This is not the end of the video at all. So in another 2 days, I'm going to use the compound and show you the finished result. So I mean, that really, honestly, besides that little bit that I just need to buff in, it looks so much better. So yeah, really looks good. You can see the difference right there with when I use the compound. Again, it'll blend the two together. So, and like for instance, like this, like you can see this white here, like it literally rubs away. So I don't want to mess with it now though. But again, Meguiar's compound will certainly help with that. So I'm gonna let it sit for, like I said, 2-3 days. Everything fully settle, and yeah, we'll kind of buff it all together and make it look good. I'll show you the finished product. Okay guys, so I'm trying to make the video right now, and my GoPro decided to save the ending footage to show you the final outcome of the car, which pretty much is the whole thing. So a few things that I do want to point out that was lost in that footage was, I'm not sure if you were able to see or not, but when I finished, there was a small lip that kind of ran around, you know, where I sprayed. The reason for that, which I now know after the fact, is that when you are actually taping off or using painter's tape, you actually want to roll the seam, that lip, you want to roll it back, and that's going to help not create a hard line, so to speak. Also too, if you do get a line, I'm not sure again if you guys have already seen this or not. I'll find out when I actually fully edit it. But so I use the Meguiar's compound to help bring everything to life. That also will help smooth out the line, and if the line is too hard, go get one of these. This thing is amazing, just from AutoZone. This one came with, I think it had 600, 1000, and then 1500 grit, and it just, with that little handle, just velcros right onto the bottom there, and it gives you so much more control, and you can really pay so much more attention to detail with it, and it really allows you to kind of sand down that lip, and then again use that compound to bring the color back to life, and you'll be good to go. So now that I got all that out of the way, let me actually grab this light right here. There we go. And I will show you the final outcome. So I am super excited with the final outcome. Of course you can tell the difference if you look for it, which I can't find it right now. Oh, there you go. You can kind of maybe see the difference right there. But it truly looks awesome. This was all messed up here. There was literally no paint on it, if you remember from the beginning of the video. But yeah, all fully done. Looks seriously amazing. I can't be happier. And then back here as well too, if you remember from the beginning of the video, there was basically no paint there. And actually I can see I do need to buff a little bit, like right there, a little bit more with the compound, but truly looks great. Came out awesome. Yeah, that, the touch-up direct that I used, you're seeing the light, which makes it look like there's a mark, but the touch-up direct, they really are amazing. There you go, you can't really get in there. Trust me, it looks phenomenal. But let me show you one more time. Touch-up direct is truly an amazing brand, an amazing company. I've used them for multiple cars. I got it upside down right now. It's a good way, good way to store your spray cans. But yeah, they are amazing. Paint match on spot, and especially some of the newer cars that have like the little like sparkle and multi grit in the colors as well too. They provide cans for that, so truly amazing. I hope you guys appreciate the video. I hope it helps you if you're trying to do any type of paint correction or fix touch-up spots, whatever it may be. But other than that, please like, please subscribe. Really helps me out with this stupid algorithm, which is just a pain in the ass. And then yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know below. So tons more info to come. I appreciate it. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys.